Hello, can anyone hear me, please?
Yes, Samir.
Okay,
Hello.
I think, I don't know who was speaking. I think that was Mr. Bida or who exactly. I was not getting him very clear. So just requesting if you can repeat the question.
How many of you are not getting me clearly?
I can hear you now loud and clear.
It's a bit okay now.
So I was saying, if you are getting the word social media listening and digital news gathering for the first time, you type yes in the chat box. And if this is not the first time you are learning social media listening and digital news gathering, you type no. So you have 2 minutes to do this exercise. You have 2 minutes to do this exercise. Okay, good. Okay, good. Nice. Good. It's good to see that most of you are not getting it for the first time, and this is a very important aspect of fact checking and information verification, as well as if we are doing network analysis, especially seeing a network of disinformers and people who propagate hate speech and certain forms of the information disorder online. Now, in the age of digital information, it's very, very important that we practice fact checking, which is why we are having this information session. And I would invite all of you to follow it keenly. Make sure that you stay muted. Your microphone should be off. And then for purposes of also preserving your data, make sure that your video is turned off. I wouldn't want you to be turning on your mic every now and then I will have to be muting you. That is not acceptable. So make sure that your microphone is always off, except you have raised your hand and you have been asked to say some comments or ask a question. Otherwise, let's make sure that we are muted. So fact checking is very important in this digital age because of several reasons. And one of the reasons is the proliferation of misinformation. Because of the rapid growth of social media platforms and online news sources, it has been very, very easy for misinformation and fake news to spread very quickly and widely. That is why when you look at the overall performance of alternative and mainstream media, actually alternative media grows very, very fast. And then the mainstream media is struggling even to gain audience. When you go and follow the social media platforms for or the website analytics for mainstream media, you will realize that engagement is very, very low. But then when you go and see the engagements in alternative media, it's really, really, really high. So this is because of the rapid growth of social media platforms and also online news sources, some of which that cannot be trusted. So as a result, fact-checking plays a crucial role in debunking false information and ensuring that accurate and reliable information reaches the public. And another reason why fact-checking is very important is because of the influence of misinformation on public opinion. All of you know that misinformation can have very significant consequences on public opinion, which can lead to misguided beliefs irrational decisions, and even societal divisions. So this means that with fact-checking, it can help prevent the dissemination of false narratives, enabling individuals to make informed choices based on verified facts. Like yesterday, someone in the WhatsApp group shared a picture claiming that the Minister of Justice was attending a political rally of the SPLM in Wow. And then already the content was very viral on WhatsApp groups, on Twitter, as well as on Facebook, where people were talking about the fact that the Justice Ministry is non-partisan, is partisan because of the participation of the Justice Minister in a rally of a certain political party. And as a result of that, already people were questioning the credibility of the forthcoming elections. Imagine it will be presided over by the Minister of Justice in cases of appeal and stuff like that. So already, if this information wasn't true, if indeed the minister maybe wasn't there, already you see, people's beliefs have been misguided. People are already divided over these things, and people are already anticipating certain things in the forthcoming elections. So another thing is preserving trust and credibility. All of you know that trust is the foundation of journalism and the media, because one of the core pillars of a media entity is to be able to build trust with its audience. So in an era where trust in traditional news sources is declining, fact-checking serves as a vital tool to restore and maintain credibility. You know, people now do not trust traditional media a lot, because people tend to move now to alternative media sources and citizen journalism as well as community journalism. But now, if you as media entities build the culture of fact-checking, then definitely you are going to do what? You are going to see that you will already build the credibility of your media entity, and then you will start to regain the trust that your audience might have lost on you. So this means that when you hold information accountable and when you present verified facts, then you as a fact checker will contribute to rebuilding trust between the audience as well as your media entity. And then another thing is protecting democratic processes. All of you know that misinformation can undermine the integrity of democracy and democratic processes such as elections and public debates. So when we embark and practice fact-checking in real time, it can help us identify and expose misleading claims or misinformation campaigns that seek to manipulate public opinion, ensuring the fairness and transparency of democratic discourse. So these are another two key reasons why fact-checking is important in today's digital age. Now, another thing is the issue of confirmation bias. All of us, again, have very personalized news feeds and echo chambers. Like, you know, social media works with algorithms. So those algorithms bring on your news feed, on your social media news feed, certain content that you interact with very much. For instance, if you're someone who interacts with jokes a lot, so Facebook will very often show jokes on your timeline. If you're somebody who engages a lot in political debates online, so social media platforms will show you more of political issues on your feed. If you're somebody who engages with opportunities a lot, you're somebody who engages with job issues and stuff, you find that you will always see jobs and other opportunities on your timeline. So like your news feed is personalized based on your interactions. And that is how the algorithms decides what appears on your news feed. And then we also have issues to do with this, which tend to seek information that aligns with your existing beliefs And when this information aligns with existing beliefs, it reinforces your confirmation bias. So, and then with fact checking, it sort of encourages critical thinking by providing objective analysis and evidence-based information. So this means that it will challenge your preconceived notions and promote a more balanced understanding of complex issues. So when you practice this fact checking, therefore, you find that this issue of confirmation bias, tending to believe in something that you feel is right, and then it moves from that end to the aspect of critical thinking. So you will have very balanced understanding of very complex issues. And then we have strengthening media literacy. Fact-checking initiatives contribute to enhancing media literacy skills among individuals. Like what we are doing now. What we are doing now is media literacy. We want to strengthen your ability to be able to do these things correctly. That is why we embark on teaching people on how to differentiate between reliable sources, how to evaluate information critically, and how to fact-check claims yourselves. And as a result, you will be empowered to become people who are more discerning consumers of news and information. And lastly, fact-checking helps to counter online manipulation and disinformation campaigns, because fact-checking now acts as a deterrent against online manipulation and coordinated disinformation campaigns. As a result, exposing false information and revealing the tactics used to deceive the public, fact checkers help raise awareness about the prevalence of misinformation and the need for digital literacy. So that's why we have a lot of engagements with the public, we have a lot of webinars, we have a lot of physical trainings if results are available, and we have a lot of social media literacy in terms of posts that go on, so that people really understand the tactics that are used to deceive people. And these are key things why fact-checking is important, because it plays a very key role in combating misinformation. So what role does it play? One of the roles, like I mentioned earlier, it plays the role of building trust, because reliable information brings individuals together, and these individuals get to trust themselves. And when you trust yourselves, you can rely on yourselves as credible sources, and then you become people who can easily differentiate about the information that you come daily as you interact with people, as you read news, as you scroll through social media. And then this will reduce the chances of you falling a victim of misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, or whatever information it is. And then also reliable information encourages critical thinking. Of course, by being able to assess accurate sources, you as an individual can evaluate information based on evidence. What evidence has this news source provided? What facts are there? And then you use logical reasoning. So when you use logical reasoning, you are empowered to question very dubious claims, and of course, you will be easily have the ability to sort of identify misleading or false content. And then, of course, fact-checking. Reliable information supports fact-checking efforts. Fact-checkers and verification organizations rely on reputable sources. Most of us, we rely on reputable sources and, of course, public evidence. Information that only not me can access. It's not like journalism, where in journalism, I can interview a source, and of course, you don't need to know who my source is. Sometimes even journalists cook up sources, and then they just put like that. And they will claim, according to a well-informed source, or a source that refuses to be named, or stuff like that. Some of them are lying, like literally they make up those codes and then they write. But then with fact-checking, you have to use public evidence where the reader can actually go to your source, maybe using a hyperlink, or using a video that you have put, or using a screenshot, or whatever it is. Like, the reader can be convinced that indeed this evidence is available and I can access it. The reader can come to the same conclusion as you are. So with access to reliable information, we are allowed to debunk falsehoods and correct inaccuracies effectively. And lastly, reliable information helps us to counter disinformation campaigns effectively. And of course, you know that misinformation thrives when there's lack of accurate information. So you see that when there's a lot of information gap, like right now, I saw in the WhatsApp group, there's a picture claiming that this was the building that was sort of collapsed yesterday at Hysora. But then when you do a reverse image search, you sort of get different results about that particular image that has been shared. So this is because there's an issue of information gap. People do not know. Since yesterday, there was like no picture of the building before it collapsed. And then now someone somewhere will just go and fetch any picture online, then say, since you're looking for the picture of the building before it collapsed, have this picture. And of course, because you've been looking for that picture and there's an information gap, you will sort of take it and believe that this is what the picture of the building without doing your due diligence. Now, so that is it, the importance of fact checking and why it is very, very important in this digital age. Do you have any questions so far? If you have a question, you can raise your hand or you can leave your question in the chat box. I'm giving you 2 minutes for that. Otherwise, we will move on to the next session.
Let's go on.
Okay, good. Now you ask yourself, what is social media listening? You're looking at fact-checking tools, which include tools that you're supposed to use for social media listening. Yeah, I see a question there. Somebody says, how much should we trust fact-checking organizations, or how much should we trust fact-checkers? So you should know that fact-checkers are researchers, fact-checkers are journalists, yeah? So, of course, you don't have to trust them, but you have to trust their work. Like, you have to see the kind of reports they produce. Like, you read the kind of evidence that they present to you as a reader, and then you see the sources that they have also present. And then you read through the report. Can you come to the same conclusion with the fact checker or the fact checking organization, or you cannot come to the same conclusion? So it's now upon you as a reader to read through some of the reports from this fact checking organization and then see if you can come to the same conclusion. But of course, fact checkers work based on principles, and the principles were explained to you earlier in the session last week. So with these principles, one of them is transparency. So this means that the fact checker has to clearly present their sources, and they have to clearly present the evidence that they have used to come up with a certain conclusion about a particular claim. So, and then also fact checkers are open to corrections. So even you, when you read through a fact checking report and you are not convinced, you can request for a correction, and then a correction is made. But obviously, fact checkers also make mistakes, and this is something that you should know, because fact checkers are just journalists. They are journalists. So fact checking is a subfield of journalism, if you must know. I hope that answers your question. So you shouldn't trust fact checkers anyway. Next, yes, I was saying that social media listening is the practice of monitoring and analyzing social media platforms for relevant information. Of course, all of us online, we go to fetch different types of information, and then when you want to get your relevant information, There are certain things that you need to know, or there's certain things that you need to do using social media listening skills. So, benefits of social media. Why is it important for you to monitor social media and analyze data there to be able to get the kind of information or the kind of relevant data that you are looking for? One of the benefits of social media is real-time data acquisition. With social media listening, fact checkers can tap into a vast amount of real-time data from various sources, including platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And then social media listening can also help you identify trends and patterns. When you use social media listening tools, you can analyze large volumes of data to identify emerging trends and patterns by monitoring discussions and interactions on social media platforms. So this can help you as a fact checker to detect recurring themes or topics that can be prone to misinformation. And then also with fact checking, it helps you with social media listening. It helps you engage with your users, and by facilitating direct engagement between fact checkers and social media users. And of course, it enables fact checkers to interact with individuals who are sharing or discussing potentially false information. And of course, lastly, monitoring public sentiment. With social media listening, it provides you as a fact checker with insights into public sentiment and attitudes toward certain topics. So sentiments is basically whether people are reacting positively or negatively to a certain topic or discussion. So fact checkers can gauge the impact of misinformation by examining reactions, comments, and shares related to false claims. And then, so what are some of the popular tools that we can use for social media listening? What we are going to do now is we're going to look at some of these tools. One of the tools that you can use for listening is Google Alerts. With Google Alerts, you can set keywords. You can set keywords, or you can just search for keywords within the alert, and then you can move from there. And then we have Google Trends. It can help you monitor what searches have people been doing on Google as a search engine. And then it also helps you to look for your keyword and then see whether people have been searching for it. And then we look at Broadreader. Broadreader is also more like Google Trends. And then we have TalkWalker. So these are the key tools that we are looking at today for the purposes of this presentation. And so what you need to do is this. You need to undertake these 4 steps. One of the steps is first, you need to outline and identify relevant keywords and hashtags related to the topic or claim that you are researching. And then another thing is you should then set up searches and alerts within social media tools. And then you can monitor the flow of information and track potential sources of misinformation. And lastly, you analyze and verify the accuracy of information through credible sources. Now, that is it. And let's get to do some practice on this. So for you to do Google Alerts, you go to google.com/alerts. Let me share the link with you in the chat box, and then you can see how alerts work. Alerts, I think alerts work on the phone. Alerts should be able to work on the phone. So as I do it here, after I do it, you can also check alone and then practice. I will give you a few minutes to be able to practice that. Yeah. So this is alerts. Now I am sharing my screen. I hope you are seeing my screen. So for instance, in my alerts, I have set up 2 alerts. I have set up alerts for 211 check. So each time 211 check is mentioned on the internet, I will receive an email And then another alert I have set is Central Equatoria State. So each time there's news about Central Equatoria State, I will receive an email in my inbox. So for example, let me check. Let me check your names. Let me check your names and then search. Let me check the name for Elizabeth. I want to see if Elizabeth, if this your name has been mentioned previously on the internet. So I will come to this small box here, and then I paste my keywords. So these are my keywords, and then Google will search. So apparently there are no searches like this. There are no entries. So what I can do is if I want those exact words, I can do this. It's not there. Okay, let me remove one name. Let me have this. It's not there. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's look at the SPLM. Let's look at SPLM. Wow. Let's see whether the news for SPLM wow is there. Yeah, so you see, South Sudan Kir's votes to contest for presidency in 2024. You see, wow, and then SPLM. So you see, so we have gotten sort of news about those keywords. And then let's say we want to look at news about let's say Haisora. Yeah, so we see news here. Heavy fighting resumes in Juba between rival South Sudanese forces. Tanks and heavy artillery from the presidential palace drove through Buluk, the headquarters of police, and Haisora. Then you move here. South Sudanese minister commends Sudan for hosting refugees. Take a look at this best restaurant in Haisora. So you will see a lot of information about this keyword. And then let's say that for example, let me check another name. Let me check Chol Ayik Chol. Yeah. Let me check Chol Ayik Chol. I see Chol Ayik. So those are not like anywhere there's Ayik and Chol. I will definitely do that. So and then if you want exactly these words, what you do is you need to put the words in quotation marks. So it will not bring you related searches, but it will bring you exactly what you want. So you see, I see Chol Ayik here, Abiy Kordofan, expectations from new government in Central Equatoria, credit Chol Ayik, Abiy Radio, Women Renew. I think this is exactly you, my friend. Yeah. So you see these kind of things here, and then if we are looking for certain keywords, let's say we want to see maybe fighting in Kajokeji, something like that. Yeah, so you see a lot of keywords about fighting in Kajokeji, fighting. More than sector displaced by fighting in Kajokeji County. Yeah, so you can just, this is how it works. And then if you want to create a particular alert, let's say now, now our topic is let's say we want to see SPLM. We want to see SPLM campaign is our topic. We want to see how any news about their campaign comes to us. So what you do is I can, after putting the keyword here, then I can create alert. Then when you come here, you see my alert has been created. If I want to edit, I can edit here, and then I can choose how often do I want to receive the alerts. I want to receive it as it happens, at once. So as it happens means that anytime this particular thing is published, immediately you will receive an email. if you want once a day, you will be sent all. They will combine all of them, and then they will send you once in one day. If you want once a week, they will also combine all your alerts for the entire week and then send you. But for me, usually I like it as if it happens. I want real-time updates. And then what sources do you want? You want news, blogs, web, books, but you want to choose automatic sources so that you receive from all of them. And then you can choose the language here. If you want Arabic, English, or French, or whatever language you are okay with. And then which region do you want? But for me, I usually go with any region so that you receive best. Then which results do you want? Only best results. But for me, I want all results. And then you can put your email here. You want to be received to your email, that's fine. And after that, you can click update alert. So your alert is created already. So if you want to delete the alert, you can come to this box, click and delete. And then you click delete, then your alert is deleted. So this is just a very basic interface for Google Alerts, but it's very powerful for you in your social media listening efforts. I would advise you especially to be able to set up your names so that Tonj Leads Media, let me see. You need to set up your name so that each time your name is mentioned in an article, you will just receive alerts. Tonj Leads Media. Tonj Leads Media. There's a lot of it here. Let me put it in quotes. Tonj Leads Media, yeah, is here. Is a Facebook page. I think, yeah, it was live. Here, yeah. So so most of the Tonj Leads Media information is from Facebook, yeah. So that is how the alerts work. So you can just create it and then you receive updates about that. That is it with Google Alerts. Any questions? You can leave your question in the chat box or you can raise your hand and then ask your question. Yes, Gabriel.
Yes, thank you. There is the category of you know, how often do we have to receive the emails? Now, when I have to choose, like I need to be receiving emails once a day, so will they be sending it like? Do they have to specify some time? Because you know, a day has 24 hours, and maybe when they are sending me messages in the morning, then something might happen in the afternoon. So does it mean I will receive it the same day next? I mean, I will receive it the next day, the same time.
Yeah. It will. They will use the time that you set up. For instance, if you set up now it's 10 a.m. That means you will receive your next alert tomorrow at 10.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, that is how it works. Any other question? You're welcome. Any other question? Yeah, I think the interface is very basic, and anyone can just set it up. I would advise you to try. You can start by setting up an alert for your name, even for your name, and then you see how it goes.
Yes, I have another question.
Yes.
Will it be necessary for us to assist like some people who are, you know, familiar with the social media, who might be interested, like for us to extend the knowledge that we receive? Will it be a good idea? Like do some small trainings.
Sorry?
To some. I'm asking, will it be? Is it good for us to extend the knowledge that we receive for this training, like for us to give some small trainings to appropriate people, like people who are practicing social
Oh,
media
okay. You
or
want to go
journalists.
and
Yeah,
train more people. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Is
okay.
it? Is
That's
it?
really fine.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Sure. Okay, then. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, the other thing is this. The other thing is Google Trends. So Google Trends is basically to monitor and see what people have been searching. Okay, whether people have been searching a certain keyword that you are researching on Google. Yeah. This is Google Trends, and let me share the link in the chat box. Let me share the link in the chat box. So this is the link. This is the link to Google Trends. Yeah, so you can just, Google Trends also works on the phone, so you can just click on it and you should be able to check it out. Now, this is the interface for Google Trends. Right now, in Turkey, this is what is trending. So first of all, there's a list of countries here. Maybe sometimes you're not researching about South Sudan. Maybe you're researching about another country. So you can change the country from this list. But in this case, we are going to leave it to South Sudan. And then we have this home. This home tells you what is trending right now in different parts of the world. Okay, and then here it gives you some basic tutorials, like what is Google Trends, basics of Google Trends, understanding the data, advanced Google Trends. And then here, if you want to get updates about what is trending delivered to your email, you can subscribe by putting your email here. You see? So for instance, if I click what is Google Trends, it will sort of give us an explanation about Google Trends, and they have classes about it here. So you see Google Trends, you can see what is trending across Google News, and also what? YouTube. Yeah. And then here, basis of Google Trends. And so this is a class that you can have at your free time. They have notes that you can also download and read. We'll also download the notes and share with you guys. So for instance, right now in Israel, this is what is trending. So it keeps changing what is trending around the world. This is in Turkey, in the past 24 hours, what people are searching for and stuff. And then the second tab is Explore. So the Explore is where you can now put your search terms, and then you want to understand how it has been. Okay, then you can just put the search term here. You see, you can put the search term here and then see what people are saying about it. So for instance, worldwide, in the past 12 months, worldwide, you see, this is worldwide, people have been searching for ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been the highest search worldwide for the past 12 months. I hope all of you know ChatGPT. And then number 3 also ChatGPT. And then we had the FIFA World Cup. And then we have World Cup 2022. And I don't know what this IPL is, but this is something that people have been searching for also. So yeah, so and then other topics include Apple, Amazon Hub, World Cup, and this. But then if you want South Sudan, then I can come here and then change the country to South Sudan. Yeah, South Sudan is here. And then we see in South Sudan, what have people been searching on the web for the past 12 months. So here you can change the time from here. So in South Sudan, for the past 12 months, people have been searching World Cup schedule, FIFA World Cup 2022, win-win betting online, South Sudan, World Cup 2022, FIFA World Cup. You see, so this is it. And this is the search queries. If you want to look at the top, people have been searching Sudan, South Sudan, what, life score, girl. So these are the searches that people have been looking for. And then you can change. Let's say you want to see in the past in the past 30 days. Let's see if there's data in the past 30 days about what people have been searching in South Sudan. It's still loading. Give it some time. Yeah, so in South Sudan for the past 30 days, people have been searching for Prima Tips, GB WhatsApp Pro, Kai Havertz, Kasimada Online. I don't know whether these results are accurate. And then, yeah, so this is what people have been searching. This is rising. Let's look at the top searches. Yeah, Facebook and stuff like that. So this is, and then now, when you see this box written add a search term. So let's say I'm still interested in the SPLM WOW thing. Want to see whether people have been searching for SPLM WOW. I can say SPLM WOW. I want to see whether people have been searching for this. It's not there. Yeah, it's not there. In the past 30 days, it's not there. And then let's look at SPLM itself. In the past 30 days, yeah, I think in the past 30 people have been searching for SPLM itself. June 2022. Yeah, and let's look at whether people have been searching for SPLM IO. SPLM IO is now the one in here. So they will show, like, this color shows that this one is SPLM and then the yellow is SPLM IO. So you see here, SPLM IO has been very high. People searching for SPLM IO here. You look here, people who are searching for SPLM IO has been very, very high. You see? And then, like, this is if you want to look for, see how people are searching for the political parties. And then let's look at the party for Lama Call. We have NDM. Let's look at it, green. Oh, people have not been searching for it. Then let's look at the party for Cirillo. What is the name? National Salvation Front. NAS, National Salvation Front. Yeah, people have not been searching for it also. Then let me just delete this. And then let me say, let me just, let me put NAS. Yeah, at least now. Yeah, so people have been searching for it here. You see, here it's almost similar to the IO thing. Yeah, so this is the interest, the search interest from people over time for these different things. And then you can move down and then you see where people have been searching. So most of these searches have been happening from Central Equatoria. You see, Central Equatoria had the highest, most people, 62% of searches about NAS were from Central Equatoria. Then 38% of searches about SPLM also are from Central Equatoria sub-region. And then you can see by city here where the searches were coming from. Breakdown by city. Oh, they cannot break it down, so we can move it back to sub-region. And then you move down, and then you see, yeah, where all these searches. So where you see this, it means that the data is not enough. You see, the internet penetration in South Sudan is very, very low. So they usually need a large number of searches for them to be able to aggregate this data. And then let's say that we're also looking for, you can delete by just clicking and then you remove. You can come, and then you remove. You can come, and then you remove. And then you can come, and then you remove. You can come here, and then you remove. Now let me compare all the different locations where you're coming from. First of all, let me see how many people are searching for a BA online. And then let me also see whether people are searching for wow. And then I'll also see whether people are searching for Juba. Then let me also see whether people are searching for Capoeira North. Then let me see whether people are searching for which other location, Budi. Then let me see whether people are searching for, yeah, so these ones are enough. Yeah, so you see that yellow is Juba. So many people are searching for Juba online. So Juba is not, it's very, very high. You see the line for Juba. And then there's Budi where people are not even searching for it. And I think the second to Juba is Wow. People are searching for Wow, I think from here. And also people are somehow searching for a BA here, especially from, I don't know what happened in June, but in June people were searching for a BA Pro. I think, yeah, in most from June 18 to June 20, people were searching for a BA. And also from June 14th, people were searching for a BA here. But Juba has always been high. People have been searching for Juba. You see? And then also we see Wow. Also, people were searching for Wow in early June, and then like this. Yeah. So this is how you can put your topics and then perform your searches, and you can see from which locations. So most people from Eastern Equatoria, 100% were searching for Juba from Eastern Equatoria. And then also people from Central Equatoria. Yeah. So that is how you work with Google Trends to be able to analyze data. And then the last one is trending now. Yeah. So it's not available for South Sudan. Yeah, it's not available now. So that is how. Any questions on Google Trends? If you have a question, you can raise your hand or you can leave your question in the chat box, please. When the graph is not showing, it means that the data is not adequate. If the graph is not showing, it means that the data is not adequate. So the graph will show, you see here, let me come back. You see here, let's say we are searching for, let's say we want to see even how many people are, let's say, how many people are searching for about elections. Talking about elections, let's see how many people are searching about elections in South Sudan here. See, in June 2022, a lot of people are now searching for, in June 2022, people were searching for elections. And then the election searches reduced. You see the graph. So you need to come to explore here. And then you should be able to see the graph. Then you move down, you will see more data. People are searching for elections from Upper Nile, you see? And then Eastern Equatoria, and then Central Equatoria. Then you move down. Yep, that is how it works. Any questions? Okay, if there are no questions, let's move on. Let's move on to look at the last two tools, and then we go for a break, and then we resume. The next one is called Broad Reader. The next one is called Broad Reader, broadreader.com. Oh, what is this? Broad Reader. They have somehow changed. This This is not what I'm expecting. Broad reader. Let me get the correct link. As I get the correct link for broad reader, let's look at TalkWalker. So with TalkWalker, you go to talkwalker.com. So TalkWalker has two free tools. There's one tool which is used for. There's one tool which is used for searches, and there's another tool which is used for alerts also. So TalkWalker, this is the link to TalkWalker. You go to talkwalker.com. You go to talkwalker.com, and then you should be able to look at TalkWalker. So this is the website for TalkWalker. Actually, they made a few changes. Yeah, so this is the website for TalkWalker. It's quite broad. So what you do is you come up here. There's something written here: free tools, free social media monitoring analytics tools. So you click these free tools. This is the link. I'm going to give you the link to the free tools. The link to TalkWalker free tools is here. Yeah, so this is the link to TalkWalker free tools. You click on it. Make sure that you should be saving these links somewhere so that after the session, you can try on them. But TalkWalker works very, very well on computer. So on phone, you will face some challenges. So these are the two free tools for TalkWalker. There's TalkWalker Alerts, and then TalkWalker's free search. So the TalkWalker Alerts also works like the Google Alerts. So you click on Try Now, for instance, the alerts. So this is how the alerts is. So for instance, let's say create alert. I remember having an account. Let me log in. I have it. Yeah, I have an account. Yeah. So this is how the alert looks like. I have some alerts here. Let me manage my alerts. Let me select all of them and delete all of them. So this is how the alert is. It has the create, the manage, and the import. So the import is when you have a CSV file and you want to import your alerts from. So now here, the first thing is you put your search query. Let's say that I want to see any search queries about South Sudan elections. Anytime the South Sudan elections something, I receive an alert. Now, what is the result I want? I want Twitter, blogs, discussions. For me, I want everything, so I just leave it like that. What languages do I want? I want English only. How often do I want to receive? I want to receive it as it happens. How many results do you want? I want all results. What is the email? Then I can put my email here. Then after that, I will click create alert. So my alert is created. So anytime there's search queries for South Sudan elections, I will definitely get alerts in my email. And that is how you use TalkWalker alerts to be able to create alerts. You go to alerts.talkwalker.com. So let me just give you again a very precise link to TalkWalker alerts. This is the link to TalkWalker alerts, and you should be able to set up alerts and get going. So like that, you will receive these emails in real time. And of course, you can keep on adding any other alert that you want. So let me add just another alert for 211 check. And then we see, I want English language. I want as it happens. I want all results, and I will click create alert. So now I have 2 alerts created, and this will get me details in my inbox. I hope this is very basic, and I think any one of you can just set it up and get going. So next is this. Next is the free search. Let me show you how the free search works. So when we come here, we have TalkWalker's free social search. So this one mostly works for Twitter and can bring really good analytics. On Twitter, it's asking me for information. Let me just log in to my TalkWalker account. Yep, so this is my email. Yeah, correct. This is my password. Correct. Yeah, so here we are. Here we are in the search home for TalkWalker. And please don't forget to register your attendance as I demonstrate. Make sure that you are able to sign your attendance, choose the correct session. Yeah, so this is TalkWalker. This is the free search. So let's say I want to analyze searches about, I want to analyze SPLM. Wow. Then I can click launch search. Then it searches for us here. And then we see how the searches have been over time. And that gives us key metrics. You see, it has, you see now, you see it has, you see 5.9% positive sentiments and 16.3% negative sentiments for the searches. So the free, we're using free one. So the free one gives us 7 days search. So and then you will see the key metrics here. So for instance, SPLM WOW has been searched 203 times for the past 7 days. And most of it has been happening from within this period of time here. See, like this. And then the potential reach is 17.1 million. 17.1 million people online. See, and then let's look at the top themes. The top themes is like on Twitter. So most people were using it to do using SSOT, One Updates, South Sudan news. So these are the common hashtags that were used. And then if we want to see the accounts that were mostly sharing this, so you click this and you come accounts. So most of the accounts were Wani Michael, iRadio Juba, Radio Tamazuj, Yusuf Wani, SSG TV, South Sudan Global, Governor, Central Coast State Juba. Then we have Peter Both. You see, this is the SPLM-IO guy actually. This is the SPLM SG actually. You see, so it can help you understand the accounts that were sharing this, especially on Twitter. And then you come down again if you want to see the bios. So you see most of these SSOT, independent, WhatsApp, community governance, South Sudan, inquires, station, grade, provider, advocate, journalist, governor, and stuff. And then you come and move and see what some of the emojis that people were sharing. This is the top emoji. And then, yeah, so you can just scroll through this. Then you look at the top themes. Yeah, this is it, town, period, wow, SPLM, people, president, endorsement, supporters, elections, liberation, rally, Mayardit, Ahead, Bar, Western, Biara, party, support, stuff. So these are the top themes that were around that topic. Then you come here, then you see who are the influencers that were sharing this topic around that period of time. So you find that the top influencers around that period of time include people like Chan Nereo, this is somebody who works for iRadio. We have Peter Lamboth, this is the SPLM IG. We have Wani Yusuf, the journalist. This is SSG TV News, South Sudan Global. We have Dong Malwal, we have Deng Daniel, we have Wani Michael, we have iRadio, we have Radio Tamazuj, we have Anadolu, you see? And you see the kind of engagement they have been making. You see the reach that they make per mention. Like this Anadolu reaches 10.7 million. Then you see Radio Tamazuj, just iRadio 64.9K. You see? So there's a lot of engagements that happen around this. And then you come here and then you look at the demographics of the audience that have been looking through this sort of content. So when you look at the demographics, you see that 21.3% of the audience are male and 78.7% are male, so are female actually. And then the age, so 25.6% are between the ages of 18 and 24, 47% are between the ages of 25 to 34. So majority of the people are between 25 and 34 years. So you look here, what are the interests of these people? Most of them are interested in legal aspects, then colleges and universities, general education, government, finance, and the top occupation include entrepreneurs, followed by journalists, students, lawyers, trainers, IT professionals, and so forth and so on. And then the second last is on the world map. You see, where has this been an issue? So you look at the top countries. Like here, you see South Sudan is the top with 61.3%. And then some of this conversation moved to the United States with 14.8%. Then it moved to Australia with 4.9%. It moved to Sudan with 4.9% again. It moved to Egypt with 4.9%. It moved to Netherlands with 3%. It moved to France with 2%. It moved to Kenya with 1%. It moved to Chile with 0.5%. It moved to other countries with 2.5%. But the majority of these conversations were happening around South Sudan. And now, lastly, you look at the results. Actually, you look at the results. So you see here, the top conversations were this: Kir departs to Wow for mega SPLM rally. And then here, Peter Long, city of Wow is Wow. SPLM Greater Barakazal endorsement of the nomination of Salva Kiir as SPLM flag bearer in 2024. You see, so it moves down. So it moves like all this. So these were the conversations that were happening around this aspect. And this is how you can employ the talk worker search to be able to do that. And then now, let's say I'm told that the SPLM-IO was also in WOW before the SPLM went there. So you can also compare it to the SPLM-IO here. You can put SPLM-IO, and then you want to see how was the one for the SPLM-IO. You put it in the compare. Yeah. So you see now for SPLM-IO is here. And let's see how the SPLM-IO WOW, I think. Yeah, let me put SPLM-IO WOW. Yeah, so you can come here and then you see the comparison of the data of the two. Yeah, so you see here, this is how it is, and that is it. That is how you use TalkWalker. So it's very good. You can go experiment TalkWalker, especially on the computer. Any questions on TalkWalker? No questions? Okay, good. So if there are no questions, then let's look at the last one. The last one is broad reader. Broad reader. Oh, actually, it's not broad reader. It's rather board reader. So my previous website URL was wrong. So this is the link. I'm going to share the link in the chat box so that you can check it. Yeah, but this is what you're already seeing on your screen. This is what you're already seeing. This is what you're already seeing on the screen. Yeah, so with BroadReader also, like you see here, connecting communities through search. So you can search for keywords here, and let's say, for instance, you want to search for the topic South Sudan. You want to see what people are saying about South Sudan, and then you search. Yeah, South Sudan, yeah. So you see these are the searches. You can come to settings, and then you can change what type you want. You want a pause. What I want in the last week, the language you want, and then the relevance. Oh, I want it by freshness. How many results do I want? 10 results. Or you can do advanced search. So advanced search, you can put keywords, exact phrase, you see, and then you search. Yeah, and then so this is how BroadReader is. It's just very basic. It can work perfectly on your phone, and you can experiment it. Yeah. So you see, South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, and then we have South Sudan 12th anniversary becoming an independent state. They sent some to South Sudan, in my wood, South Sudan, and stuff. So anywhere you see South Sudan mentioned, so it can help you sort of understand the topics around this topic, and then before you move on. So that is how you use BroadReader for searches. So those are the 4 tools that we will cover in this topic, in this presentation. Except you have questions. If there are no questions, let's go for a break, a 3-minute break, and then during the break, use it to go through the search. Make sure that you store those links that I shared somewhere, and then you can experiment them at your free time. And then you can also sort of ask questions in the chat box. You can also fill your attendance if you have not done so. Yeah, so 2 minutes break. We'll be back at 11:25. Thank you. Okay, guys, you're welcome back from the break. So who can tell me what they did during the break? What did you do? Lokiri Peter, what did you do? Theophilus Ochang.
Hey, I'm still saving some other things here, like the link.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are still with Kabaka. How is Kabaka?
Kabaka is okay, but he's in Kakwete currently.
Oh, yes. Okay, he has gone for the. I'm told that you will be celebrating the independence in Kapoita North.
Yes, definitely.
I saw the Freedom Square. They are setting up a new. So the Freedom Square was empty previously. Come on.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice this time now.
Yeah. I see. They are setting up some facility, which is a good thing.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. Yes, Wake Attack. What were you doing during the break?
Yes, Bida?
Yes, I'm saying, what were you doing during the break? What did you do?
Yeah. Yes, I tried to share the link that you share to us, but I managed to get two, but one is missing. But all
Which one is missing?
in well, yeah.
Which one is
link
missing?
is not there, but I managed to get three.
Which one is missing?
Yeah, the one I got it here, it is Talk Work, and then Board Reader, and then Google Alert. But the one is not there.
Oh, so the one that is missing is Google Trends.
Okay. But
Google Trends is here.
I log in and then all it's going well.
Yeah, Google Trends is here. Yeah, okay, Arcangelo is good. I'm happy that you are practicing on TalkWalk. It's a very good tool, especially in understanding, especially Twitter influencers, what kind of discussions they engage in. Yeah. Very nice. I'm glad you are practicing it. Yeah, so guys, let us proceed with our presentation. You can ask questions along the way so that by the time you're out of this session, you have a basic understanding of most of these aspects. And now we will dive into digital news gathering. What is digital news gathering, if I may ask? As a journalist, maybe journalists in the house here. Maybe Chol, tell us, what is digital news gathering? Chol Ayik. Who else is a journalist here apart from Chol?
Yes, can I come in?
Let me.
Yes, Theophilus.
Since
Yes.
is something that you gather from online making. Maybe you check some other links and you gather news and you bring in to viewers.
Oh,
this is
perfect.
according to me.
Yeah, true. That's correct. Yes, somebody wanted to. Yes, Marco Nyoro.
Yeah, I was been suffering with the network. Can you repeat the question again?
I was saying, what is digital news gathering?
To my simple understanding, these are the news that you gather whether through online, through internet, through email or through what. Yeah.
True. Yeah, good. Thank you so much for that. So, when we talk about digital news gathering is the process of collecting, verifying, and analyzing news content from various online sources. So, like for instance, now for you to find news from iRadio, from Radio Tamazuj, from the radio community, from a BAE radio and stuff, you need to go to the individual websites to be able to do this. But how can we bring all of them together so that we get news updates from all of them in one place? So that is what we call digital news gathering. So digital news gathering helps fact checkers to quickly access and analyze a vast amount of information from various sources. With the ability to monitor social media platforms, websites, and news articles in real time, fact checkers can promptly identify false information, debunk misinformation, and provide accurate insights to the public. Digital news gathering tools assist fact checkers in verifying claims by cross-referencing information from multiple sources through advanced search capabilities, which can help fact checkers compare statements, images, or videos with existing data, official records, reputable news sources, and expert opinions. This process of digital news gathering then helps validate or debunk claims and enables fact checkers to provide evidence-based refutations to false or misleading information. Now, some popular news gathering tools are these, but before we move to them, I want us to look at this. I want us to look at how you can use digital news gathering for fact checking. Number one, the first thing is you need to compile a list of credible news sources and relevant websites. Let us mention some of these credible news sources in South Sudan. In South Sudan, you can put them in the chat box or you can unmute and mention credible news sources in South Sudan. Who wants to go first? Mention three news sources that you think are credible in South Sudan. Your opinion. Yes?
Yes.
Yes, please. You're welcome.
iRadio, one. Radio Miraya.
Two.
Radio Miraya.
Yes, that is two. And then number three.
Number three, maybe we can look at the SSBC.
Oh, okay. What about ABA? You're not mentioning ABA radio.
Yes, ABA radio also.
Of course. ABA should be the first.
VOA.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, Marco, I see your hand is up. Mention for me three.
Yeah, one is South Sudan in Focus. That is VOA.
VOA South Sudan in Focus.
Yeah, and we have Bakita Radio in Juba, and also Voice of Hope Radio. Wow.
Perfect. That is perfect. Yeah. I see in the comments Arcangelo Adub is saying iRadio is his number one, Miraya and Catholic Radio Network, good. And then Paul J. Sam is saying iRadio, Radio Miraya, Facebook, and Twitter. And then Lodoku is saying the radio community. Yes, someone is saying something? And then I see Cariso William is saying VOA South Sudan in Focus, iRadio, the radio community, and the Catholic Radio Network. Perfect. Yeah. So now, that is the first thing you need to do if you want to do digital news gathering. You need to make sure that you compile this list of credible news sources and relevant websites. And then after that, you need to utilize digital news gathering tools to aggregate and organize news content from all these credible news sources and websites that you have compiled. And then now after that, you conduct thorough research and cross-reference information from multiple sources. And lastly, you can validate the credibility and accuracy of the news through reputable fact-checking organizations. Now, let us look at now our news gathering tools. So one of the news gathering tools that is there outside is called Google News. How do you use Google News? Let me go to Google News. Google News is news.google.com. This is Google News. Let me put the link in the chat box. Google News, it also has an app. Google News has an app that works on the phone. So you can download the Google News app and then set it up on your phone. So what you do is you can do settings. It's like here, you see there's you can search for topics, location, and sources. And then here you can set your language and your region. You can do the settings. Here, English, that is my language. And then, yeah, English. Then, after that, you can search from here, yeah. And then the news that is for me, based on my interest, they will put this news here. And then if I follow certain sites, I can also check here. You see? So if I want to manage my local news, I can click manage local news. So when I manage local news, I can enter my city. So my city is Juba. So I'll enter Juba here. So it's loading. So in Juba today, you see, 20 day in June. So these are news. So I want to follow Juba. I will click follow. Juba Comedy Festival ahead of second edition. Founder talks power of humor in making a difference. I was evacuated from South Sudan 2013. Here's what I learned. Hope says South Sudan's future depends on treatment of women. Takia donates this. So you can check the dates here. So from Juba, so these are the topics. And then if you want to check, let's say you want to check sources. Let's say, I don't know if iRadio is there on Google News, but let me try. Yeah, iRadio is here, it's a source. So, yeah, I can click follow iRadio. So you see, and then let me check if we have Radio Mirai does not have a website. Yeah, Radio Mirai is here. It's a topic. It doesn't have items. Let me check. Let me check the radio community. Radio community. You need to tell your people to add radio community to. You need to tell your people to add radio community to Google News, City Review. The City Review is here. So I can follow City Review.
Hello?
Yes, please.
Yeah, you try Radio Tamazu. Why?
Okay, let me try. Radio Tamazu is, I'm sure it is there. Let me check. Then you can just, well, once you get, you can just click follow Radio Tamazuch. Yeah, Radio Tamazuj is here, and I will follow it. And then I can come to which one again? Number One Citizen newspaper. Number One Citizen.
Yaren. Check Yaren.
Check
Oh,
Juba
Number One
Echo.
Citizen newspaper. It's not there. Let me check Juba Echo.
Catholic Radio Network.
Wake Attack. You need to tell your people to add Juba Echo. Juba Echo is not there.
Okay.
You tell them. It is free. It is free. It's not with money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yaren.
Yeah, I'm checking CRN, Catholic Radio Network.
Radio Network.
It's not. It's not there. Also, you add it. You add. Actually, I just applied for 211 check. I think 211 check will appear soon. I just applied for 211 check, so soon it will be approved. And then now, when I come for me here, for you see, when I come to following, the one that I follow, so you see my sources of information are here. And then now, each time I want news from Radio Tamazuj, I just click here. I don't have to go to their website. They have not. They say no item to show. City Review. City Review. Yeah, these are the publications from City Review today. Who owns the disputed land? So you see, I can get all of them just here like this without having to go to the City Review website. And then also when I check iRadio, then I just wait for it to be published. This guy of this one from Juba Echo, makes sure Juba Echo is added to Google News, and then also the radio community and also the Catholic Radio Network. It's very important, and it can drive traffic. You see now, this is iRadio. 29 minutes ago, French footballer Mbappe visits native Cameroon. IGAD predicts heavy rains, flooding in South Sudan. OCHA releases 8 million for civilians displaced by Sudan conflict. Presidency orders probe into attacks on Roeng, Western Juba. You see? So I can just get all this news here. And yeah, so I can come home and boom. This is it. And my local news will appear here in this site for local news. So I can scroll down. Yeah. And then also I will see fact checks here. You see fact check from independent sources. See? Yeah. So that is how Google News works, and it helps you in crowdsourcing this. I think I was meaning to search for Sudan Tribune. Sudan Tribune. Yeah, Sudan Tribune is there. So I can follow Sudan Tribune. And then let me see Hot in Juba, if they have added their website to Google News. It's not there. Yeah. So that is how you, any questions with Google News? And then for those ones who want to, if you want to add your website to Google News, what you do is this. You go to Google Publisher Center. This is the link. This is the link to Publisher Center. This is the link to Publisher Center. You go, so you go to the person who handles your website, tell them, yeah, this is the, yeah, Wake Attack, that is the list, that is the link to Publisher. You give this to the person who, who handles your website, so that they add your website to Google News. The same thing with the person to Radio Community and also the Catholic Radio Network. This is very important to help improve your searches online. And then another one is this. Another one is somebody is asking for attendance. Attendance was shared. It will be shared again. Then we have News Now. So News Now is also another good one. It's a very good independent news discovery platform that you will want to leverage on. Yeah, so this is News Now. Let me share the link with you guys in the chat box. The link for News Now. Yeah, so you can click that, and then with News Now, what you can do is this. You can, if you have a news platform, like I see there are some South Sudanese news platforms that have been added, and then in your case, if you want, you can also apply, and then you get added here. But for instance, in my case, I am very interested in South Sudan stuff only. I come here and then I check for South Sudan, all headlines that have South Sudan. So you see all headlines that have South Sudan in the past 2 hours, all articles about South Sudan, they are here. I pack ones of words, harsh floods in South Sudan. Presidents intervene in Uganda, South Sudan maize row. Opinion, South Sudan elections, a crucial step towards stability and prosperity. Kir bans armed groups from controlling areas in South Sudan. Clean water as a foundation for peace. New water supply system changes more lives in Juba. UN mission chief, South Sudan unprepared for first election in coming year. So you see, like these are a lot of news published by different news outlets that have been approved to publish in News Now. So in this case, you don't have to go to the independent, you don't have to go to the individual websites of these news platforms, but you rather find all the information in this single news discovery platform. And that is how digital news gathering works. It means you don't have to go to really the independent outlets, but you have to just do this. So that is News Now. And lastly, the last one that I was telling you guys about is Feedly. You go to feedly.com. So the good thing with Feedly is it has a phone app. So you can download the phone app on Android, or if you're using iPhone, you can also download for your iPhone. Theophilus, you want to open a website for yourself or for your organization, for your radio? Theophilus or Chang? Because for you to get a good, there are some platforms like WordPress.com where you can open a blog for free, but it will have the WordPress.com extension in addition to your website name. But if you need a website, you need to first buy a domain, and then you pay for them. Yes? Yes, Theophilus, are you saying something? Looks like your network is bad. Maybe you can answer me in the chat box. Just tell me whether you want a personal website or you want a website for your organization. And then whether you want a website where you want to publish your stories, just type in the chat box. Yeah, so I have shared the link for Feedly. Yes,
okay,
please.
The network is the one interrupting. Like I was not actually picking you very well, but I need for where I can post my story sometimes when I'm writing for myself.
Oh, okay. So I think if you want to start for free, you use WordPress.com. I'm sharing the link in the chat box. WordPress.com. You can use your Gmail, and then you can set up a free site, a free blog, where you can publish, and then when you get money, you can build a better one.
Okay, thank you.
Is that clear? No worries.
Very well, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, guys. So this is Feedly.com. So Feedly, with Feedly, you can put all your news sources in one place, okay? You see all this. Now, what do you do is this. So Feedly has this very basic interface. It has this is where you follow websites, okay? So I don't know what I can do, but maybe let me remove my, let me delete my websites here so that I will show you guys how to go about it. Yeah, so now I have deleted all my stuff. Now I don't have anything on my Feedly. Now my Feedly is empty. So when you create your account, of course, you can create your account using your, you see like here, this is personal, what, this is work. This is my work. What I want to use it for, I want to use it for market intelligence, trade intelligence, others. What is my company name? 211 check. What is our website? 211check.org. What is my job title? I am an editor. Then I finish. Yeah, then we come, yeah. So now this is how Feedly looks like. So what you have to do is you can search for your sources. In this case, let me say my first source is the radio community. Then I will search the radio community. Searches for me. It's not there. Okay. Let me get the radio community website actually. The radio community. This is the website for the radio community. Radiocommunity.org. So I will search the website for radio community. Yeah, you see it has brought for me a website for radio community. So what I do is I will now click follow because I want to get updates from radio community. I will click follow here. I need a website. I need a folder. Then I say my folder is mainstream media. Then I click create. Now radio community has been added. You see here at my left, you will see mainstream media and radio community has been added to my list. And then another one is iRadio.org, Radio Tamazuch, radiotamazuch.org. I search it. The Radio Tamazuch is here. It wants me to do something that I don't want to do. So because some of these websites, they restrict their, yeah, so yeah, it's okay now. Now I can follow. I will add it to my folder. Boom. Now you see Radio Tamazuch has again appeared on my list here. And then Let me look for let me look for iRadio. iRadio is here. Yeah, I can follow it. I will add it to my mainstream media. Good, it's added. iRadio is already there in my list. Then I will say city review. City review.
On here.
Hey, yeah. So can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear
Yes,
me?
yes.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
getting you,
Yes.
but
I can hear you.
computer is crashing. Okay, yeah. So I was adding. So you can continue adding any websites you want, if it's a YouTube, if it is a particular topic. And then when you come to your board, you come here today, for instance, you will see all the news articles published by these news outlets will appear on your feed here. You see, like Radio Jongole Director not convinced of High Court order. IGAD predicts heavy rains, flooding. This is by iRadio. This iRadio. This iRadio. This is Radio Tamazuj. So you can actually, like, for instance, if I want to read this one, I will just click and I will read it here on Feedly without having to go to the website for iRadio. You see that? I will just read it here and I'm done. I will not go to the website. You see the visit website if I want. If I don't want, I will just read from here. You see that? So that is how Feedly plays a very big game when it comes to digital news gathering. When I come to this article by Radio Tamazuj, I will also click it and I will just read it from here, from Feedly. You see? Then if I want to visit website, then I can just click here and visit the website. And that is how Feedly works. For, you see, the radio community, RRTC warns of dire need for errand returnees in Magui. Also, I can just read from here without having to visit the website for the radio community. And like that, you can gather claims and you see what news sources are saying in their reports and whether you can find claims that need to be fact-checked. And Feedly has an app. You can download the app and set it up on your phone. They have both Android and iPhone apps, which can be very, very helpful for you in your digital news gathering efforts. Yeah, if you have not filled your attendance, the attendance will be shared again. Please do fill. Otherwise, we are coming to the end of our session. We are coming to the end of our session, and we should be concluding shortly with few comments here. Otherwise, the attendance will be shared again, and do fill your attendance. Do fill your attendance for today. Do fill your attendance for today. So we have looked at that, and yeah. So best practices for fact checking: make sure that you remind yourself of the importance of impartiality, accuracy, and transparency in fact checking. When you're fact checking, make sure that you don't take sides. Make sure that you try your best to make sure that you are as correct as possible, and make sure that your methodology and your sources and the tools you use are clearly explained in your fact check. And then make sure that you follow established fact checking guidelines and principles. The guidelines and principles that were explained to you in an earlier session by Ochaya, and then also make sure that you are able to promote critical thinking and also evaluate multiple sources. Make sure that you cross-reference with 3 sources at least before you publish your fact check, and multiple sources before you draw your conclusion. And of course, ethical considerations. Make sure that you respect privacy and avoid you need to avoid harm to individuals or organizations. And then make sure that your responsibility as a fact checker is to maintain objectivity and also integrity in your work. Thank you so much for being part of these sessions. And of course, key points discussed in this includes the tools that you will use for social listening as well as digital news gatherings. And as well, you need to make sure that you apply this knowledge and contribute to the fight against misinformation in your community. I wish you the very best of your afternoon, guys, except you have questions. If you have missed the session due to internet issues, the presentation will be very, very helpful to you. We will share the links. You can click on the links in presentation and you can explore at your free time. And if you have any questions, you can always leave your question in the WhatsApp group or in the comment section of this material in the Google Classroom. Yeah, if there are no questions, if there are